Check. 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 Check.
Mic check, mic check, mic check. All right.
Check. 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 Check.
Mic check, mic check, mic check. All right.
Check. 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 Check.
Morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Monday Morning Brew.
Monday.
Yes.
I guess you can trust that day.
Yep. Well, cheers.
Cheers, man.
So, happy Father's Day weekend to all the fathers out there. Hope you guys had a great weekend.
Yes. Thank you, fathers. Because
Yes.
without fathers, we wouldn't be here. Although science is probably going to change that shortly, if it already hasn't changed that. But happy Father's Day nonetheless.
That was a weird noise.
What was
Yeah.
We're hearing weird noises.
Yes. All right. Yeah. Anyway. So what are we gonna do on this show?
So
This is the first time we're doing the show. We are live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. Live on Periscope. Live on Twitch in the IRL section. Don't even know if anybody's watching.
No
Don't
idea.
know. Don't care at this moment. If you are, awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we're gonna read the news.
We are going to read the news. That is so. Monday Morning Brew. Monday mornings.
You have us till 9 o'clock.
Start your day with us. We're going to read some news. We're going to read local news around us. We're going to read some LinkedIn news because they have the daily rundown.
So what's this? Okay, so I read this thing over the weekend. So Jimmy Kimmel, right?
Okay.
Jimmy Kimmel was talking trash to Ted Cruz about the Houston Rockets, about his Houston Rockets swag or likability to it. And then so those two, Ted Cruz shouted him out on Twitter and challenged him to one-on-one basketball game Loser pays $5,000 in non-political charity. And Ted Cruz whooped him.
Whoa!
Ted Cruz whooped him.
Well, first and foremost, what were the rules? Was it like 1 to 21? Did they play horse? Did they play pig?
I don't know. Let's pull this up. Let's pull this up right now. So I saw that. I was like, wow, okay.
So Ted Cruz.
And Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel basketball. Easy enough.
Easy enough.
Thank you. Thank you, Google.
So yeah,
Ted Cruz and charity basketball game. Oh, was it like? It looks like it was an actual basketball game.
Actual basketball game. Yeah, and I don't know what the rules were, but
it's Jimmy Kimmel.
But Jimmy Kimmel. So I mean, you can see the poster image there of Jimmy Kimmel playing ball with Ted Cruz, right? And Ted Cruz pulled out a win. I mean, you wouldn't have seen this whole thing. You wouldn't have seen this entire match coming, right?
No, absolutely not. Like, and that's that's real cool. That that these guys. I mean, they're two huge names. One in media and out in the public eye. And Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, gosh, he's been around for forever. And Ted Cruz on the political side, but them jumping on board and just playing a basketball game to raise money for charity in a non-political way. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So something I read this morning that really caught my eye, I actually, so in Plano, students over the summer are not using crayons to color, they're using their brainwaves.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so headline is, forget crayons, students in summer program use their brainwaves to create art. So apparently, there is this group of 5 or 6, 7 or 8 year olds that are, maybe even a little bit older, but they're running, 9-year-olds are running into the Capital One building and are using some sort of brain mapping to create, let's see, it says it right here. They get to choose between 2 charts. One is an ink blot.
An ink blot?
Yep. So,
an ink plot or an
ink blot?
Blot.
B-L-O-T.
Okay.
So 6 students filed into a darkened meeting room in the Capital One Conference Center.
Oh, it's right down the street. Yeah.
Yep, using brain tone art, a virtual painting tool. So all the kids, first question, does it really work? Well, the first to give a brain tone a whirl, put a clip on a headset that was on her ear, and then she had 2 options to make art. Mood Bloom, which produces a continuous flow of abstract shapes, or Ink Thoughts, which creates a symmetrical on-screen ink blot. So she chose Ink Thoughts, and the colors changed depending on her level of relaxation immediately on screen. And all the kids just started saying, whoa, that's really cool. And yeah, I mean, that blows my mind. Like,
and they got these diagrams here.
Yeah, they have all these.
I mean, not diagrams. They got actual results here, the images of the paint.
They do.
Let me adjust this camera a little bit here.
Let me pull that through. If you can see it.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
It's not gonna be that good.
Yeah.
We got to figure out a way to cast.
We will share it. We're new to this whole OBS live streaming, but
yep.
So that's incredible, man. So what are your thoughts on that? Like, what's your take on that? I mean, besides just like.
Well, right. Clearly my thoughts could just come out onto a page of color from everybody now. But I remember during the summer when I was this age, TCC was not TCC, which is Tarrant County College. It was TCJC, or Tarrant County Junior College. But I remember that they had a catalog of classes that you could take, and they had these really cool things for kids to do in the summer, but nothing, of course, to this degree. It was more like a fun way to learn how to do balance sheets, or a fun way to learn how to do, some Microsoft Word stuff or whatever. Nothing to the level of this. So my thoughts is the creative expansion as it comes to technology and kids and just education, it just blows my mind.
Yeah, absolutely. So what's next on the docket?
I don't know. You pull something. We'll go back and forth.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so I saw something else.
So another thing, local news, Plano ISD is making changes to reduce the rank-obsessed culture among high schoolers, which, thank God, because it's much like in college, how kids are just staying up for hours and hours and hours on end, all like Adderall out, just going nuts to, you know, cram for all their stuff. Like, well, it's kind of the same thing as starting to, you know how people say crap rolls downhill? Well, it's starting to get into high school where these kids are staying up for hours on end to get, you know, a 3.98975 to be number 9 point whatever, so that they can get, you know, $100 more for a scholarship.
Wow. Yeah. No. That's so. What are they doing about this? Yeah.
So, I mean,
they're changing the policies, the way that it ranks students, weighted. Okay, but the weighted grade point average. Got it. So they're just changing the policies that
they're doing top 10% and not top 10.
But what's that? Okay, top 10% and not top 10.
Yeah, and
I mean, so it could really that's a slight.
Yeah, it's not a big change.
I mean, we're still ranking against everyone's still ranking against each other.
Of course, and you know how.
But like, what does it matter? Like, Gary Vee talks about it, like he's ranked number 244 out of this class of 254, and look at Gary Vee. So
right,
you know,
I think it's numbers and numbers.
Yeah, the whole. I mean, I could get going on the education system for days.
Yeah.
I mean, I love education. I mean, I got my college degree, but to the same point,
I'm not using it.
I mean, I'm using aspects of it, right? But the biggest thing that I got, biggest thing I got out of it was just like community, people.
Yeah.
Just, you know, growing communities and, you know, people coming together. So, oh yeah, I saw this one too. So, dude, get this. All right. So, if you illegally purchase drugs from somebody and the drugs are bad, you can call the sheriff department in Florida and request some investigation into the bad drugs. But you'll probably end up in jail because you illegally purchased meth. So, yeah, Florida meth. This Florida guy went to the cops to make sure his meth was up to speed. Yeah, and the cops said, "Oh, so here the sheriff."
Sure, let me.
The sheriff's office posted this thing on Facebook. Here's their quote: "Remember, our detectives are always ready to assist anyone who believes they were misled in their illegal drug purchase." Dude was arrested immediately, but he's out on a $2,500 bond. So yeah, so you bought bad drugs and you call the sheriff's department. Let's like process that. And Mr. Officer, my meth is. I think my meth is bad. I believe that they baked this meth the wrong way. It's not up to code. Can you check it out for me?
I'm just trying to wrap my. I mean, there's so many different ways I can go about this. It's like returning to the scene of the crime to take pictures.
Yes, yes.
It's like showing back up to, like, you know, sit there and be like, yeah.
I showed back and be like, hey officer, I just wanted to make sure.
Did you guys get that fingerprint right
there?
That
fingerprint right there, or is my blood cleaned up? I think I cleaned it up right here pretty good. Can you just double check that it's clean?
Yeah. You know,
because it was right around here.
Somewhere around this area, not so much here or here, but right here.
Right there.
Yeah, that's, yeah, no thanks. So let's see, there was here we go. Apparently there was a massive earthquake in, somewhere in Japan, or in Asia. Yeah, a deadly earthquake hits Japan.
6.1?
3 people are reported to have been killed with a strong earthquake hit the Japanese city of Osaka. Magnitude 6.1 quake struck the city during the morning rush hour, bringing train lines to a halt.
So magnitude 6.1 refresh my earthquake knowledge.
6.1 on the
pretty
Richter
high.
scale is pretty high, but I think it doesn't the Richter scale go all the way up to 10?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, nonetheless, any earthquake of any magnitude is not good, but especially over there. What is it with earthquakes and hitting Asian countries? Like, is it just me, or do you feel like, besides California and natural petroleum earthquakes here, that it seems like it's always Asian countries that get hit with an earthquake?
That or Latin countries. I mean, it just depends on where they are on the. I don't know, man. I don't know anything about that.
Well, it's tectonic plates
shifting. I know nothing about that other than
Jon Snow.
Other than I lived in California, and I remember earthquakes were fun as hell. So, because I was a little kid, right, and the whole house starts to shake, you're like, oh, well, it's kind of exciting at first, because they were, they weren't magnitude 6, and I'm definitely not trying to make this a joking matter because people love them, but that's all I knew about earthquakes. Is in California we got them all the time, and they were not a big deal for the most part.
What is has that been the big? Is that like the biggest natural disaster you've ever been a part of? Is earthquake, or have you experienced any other natural disasters?
Probably just earthquake. Yeah, that's the biggest I've been a part of. The biggest one I was a part of was the one that tore. You can look it up. I forget what year. It was 1990 something. It tore apart Sherman Oaks, California. I was basically it hit all of LA. Like freeway collapse and stuff. It was pretty bad. But we were out in I think Hemet or Sun City, which is still Southern California, but it's kind of much further east. So we didn't get hit as bad, but it was still for us it was crazy.
We should have a ticker going.
We should part of the interruption, right here. We have 1 minute to talk about this topic and just keep going down the list.
Yeah.
But this is our first time, so
it is our first time.
We're just rolling here. We are just rolling. All right. So actually, this is the perfect time to take a quick break. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back in 5 minutes.
Get some more coffee.
Yep, get some more coffee. All right, and we're back. So we got more prepared during that break. Got some more coffee, got some refill. I have 3 headlines. I'm just going to read some headlines real quick here. And we might dive into one of them. Lottery winner picks up check in emoji wink mask. That's number 1.
Okay.
Number 2, MIT creates a psychopath AI by making it look at a Reddit forum. And number 3, liquid poo. Yes, liquid poo rains on woman and son sitting in car. So out of those 3 headlines, which one would you like me to read to you?
I'm going to have to go door number 3, liquid poo. I've got to hear more about the liquid poo.
All right. So, a woman in Kelowna, British Columbia, is haunted, like just haunted by an experience she had nearly a month ago when she was sprayed by liquid poo. Oh, here's a picture of her car. Poop falls into car from sky. While we were sitting there, our car was inundated with liquid poo falling from the sky. I had it on my face, down my shirt, my entire car, and the vehicle beside us were all covered in it. Alan and her son said they watched the excrement fall as a large passenger plane flew overhead. Wow.
Then the smell hit my nose. I almost vomited instantly. It was terrible. Well, Alan.
Oh my God. All right, so this is...
well, Mrs. Allen, that sounds terrible.
So yeah, so they're looking into this. So this is possibility of frozen laboratory waste, blue ice falling from an airline.
Like that. Like Joe Dirt.
Yeah. Jeez.
When Joe Dirt finds that what he thinks is a meteor, and it ends up being like
blue ice.
Blue ice.
Jeez.
Yep.
All right.
So
you're up.
All right. So my news that I have to bring in is World Cup, as we all know, is going on. Well, if you don't know or you've forgotten, it's because the U.S. didn't make the World Cup for the first time.
Wait, what's the World Cup?
Stop.
Just kidding.
Stop. Mexico beat Germany, which is pretty big in the news because that should happen. I can understand Mexico beating the U.S., but Mexico beating Germany. Germany is, and no offense to any Mexico soccer fans out there, I am super happy you guys beat Germany. But again, you guys were shocked. I saw all of the videos. You guys were shocked that y'all beat them. I was shocked that y'all beat them. Quite frankly, the entire world is shocked that you beat Germany because it's Germany. They do very few things well, and one of those is soccer. And no, that's Russia. I was going to say Ivan Drago, but that's Russia.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's awesome. So congrats guys on that. I think that's pretty big. I think it's pretty big in the news. Mexico beating Germany.
So what's the next step then for them?
Next step for them is I don't know who they play next. I don't even know who's in their. I'm on the World Cup page right now. I don't even know who is on their in their bracket. Let's see. We have also live going on right now in the World Cup. We have Sweden over South Korea, 72nd minute. Sweden is up 1-0, which means 1-0. And that's really all I've got. I feel like, let's see, there's a cat rescued from an air vent in a traveling Ford Focus.
So you drive a Ford Focus?
No, I drive a Ford Fusion.
Okay.
His name is Francisco. Francisco the Ford Fusion.
So wait, so there's a cat in an air vent.
A male tabby cat nicknamed Ford was rescued from the air vent of a traveling Ford Focus by Britain's Royal Society of... So first things first, Britain, guys, you've got crap flying out from the sky and cats getting trapped in Ford Fusions. Get it together. Come on, England. Get it together.
Wait, the liquid poo was from where?
Kiowa.
Canada.
Oh, Canada. I thought it was in Great Britain.
British Columbia.
British. See,
yeah.
I heard British, not British Columbia.
Yeah, British Columbia.
Well, hey, nonetheless.
Yeah.
British.
But dude, you read that headline? You read that one instead of the one right below it. New Zealand man is arrested for stealing human toes from a dead body exhibit? Who steals...
What?
Who steals human toes, dead toes?
Next on the docket, Georgia grandmother strangles rabid bobcat to death with her bare hands.
Oh, wow, that grandma.
First question, is this the same grandma that my coach threatened me with when he was like, yeah, but you guys are slower than my grandma. She's also 6'3", 250, runs a 40 and 4.52. Like, is this the same grandma? Is she strangling bobcats?
Jeez, wow, you gotta be, like, what does it take to, first of all, how do you even catch a bobcat, let alone strangle
it to death? I think this is fake news.
Think so?
Think so. I'm feeling fake news. Feeling fake news on that one.
Yeah, that's gotta be fake news.
Gotta be fake news.
All right, so it is now 8:30. Started a little bit late, ending a little bit late here as well. But thanks for joining us on the Monday Morning Brew. We will have a lot more structure the next couple times around.
That's right.
You best believe that.
Be sure to check us out on Facebook and on LinkedIn. Hashtag CoffeeWithKyles. Every Tuesday and Thursday.
Oh, and announcements. We will be at VidCon in Los Angeles. First time ever.
Anaheim.
Oh, Anaheim. Yeah, sorry. Technically, yeah. In Anaheim. VidCon 2018. LinkedIn's going to be there for the first time ever.
That is right.
Really stoked about this. Really stoked. So if you're following us on LinkedIn or on Instagram or on other channels, you'll see a ton of content coming out of that as well.
Right.
So in the meantime, have some coffee.
Have some coffee.
Cheers.
Have a good morning.
Have a good morning.